competition 3 years ago. Since then, it's expanded to include other career technical courses such as culinary, education, welding, automotive, and video production. Students get the opportunity to build connections and learn from masters in their field.
When they have questions, when they need support, when they don't understand how to utilize a tool, they get to watch and observe from industry trade partners that are just the most incredible and best in their field.
For Souza, being a homegrown company, she says giving back is an important part of their mission. She hopes students walk away with new skills and are proud of the work they did.
They can come for years to come after this, bring their families in, bring their friends, and say, we did that. So them being able to take that away, earn some knowledge, and have that sense of pride, that's what it's all about.
All of the landscaping will be complete by Friday, and the entire event wraps up with an award ceremony for video production and construction students. In Carruthers, Jessica Harrington, ABC 30 Action News.
The Fresno City Council chambers welcome bright students, encouraging us all to crack open a good book during this National Reading Month. The Black Student Union, made up of 3rd to 6th graders from Thomas Elementary School, was there for an official city proclamation for the month. Fresno Councilmember Tyler Maxwell says that he is focusing on expanding literacy locally, citing data showing that more than 60% of Fresno County 3rd graders aren't reading at grade level. He says the city will continue investing in programs to promote reading. A Nordic Station nation is the happiest in the world.
Which country continues to dominate the report on well-being and where the U.S. measures up?
And it's going to stay hot through the rest of the work week, but the weekend brings milder conditions.
Final day sale. People need to know time is running out for truck month deals. The final days of truck time, and there's no time to waste. Get 0% APR for 60 months on a Ford F-150 Super Duty or Lightning at your California Ford dealer. On the front lines, you do the hard thing because it's the right thing.
Down at Walmart.
On the front lines, you don't run from the storm. You run towards it. And you always have your neighbor's backs. 16 million of them. PG&E on the front lines for us all. ABC 30 and Tashi Palace Casino Resort bring you this real incident solve. The category is phrase. Stay tuned. There's more fun at the Tashi Palace Casino Resort than you can shake a stick at, but I'm gonna try. Steak, 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 fun, fun, fun. Steak, 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 fun, steak, steak, fun, fun. Steak. There's more fun at the Tashi Palace Casino Resort. This real instant solve is The Road to Riches. Watch Wheel of Fortune weeknights at 7:30 only on ABC 30.
See thousands on the new Revolutionary Swim Spa at a one-time sale Friday through Sunday. Madeira Fairgrounds. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation in 1 day only. New 2026 inventory. 18 months interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Madeira Fairgrounds. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Tackle the path ahead with Goat Coast. Goes over any type of terrain capability. Ford Bronco Sport. Made for extraordinary days. Get a Bronco Sport Big Bed for $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your California Ford dealer.
The March heat has been melting Sierra snow, bringing into some winter sports. The warmer weather even hitting the Tahoe region. Sierra at Tahoe Resort, along with Adventure Mountain, plan to end their operations this Sunday. Some resorts are reducing hours this week to help preserve snow, as others have already shut down. The move comes after many resorts were expected to extend the season through April, now leaving skiers and snowboarders surprised by Mother Nature.
So I knew it was going to be warm, but it is melting fast. I have one more day left on the pass, so I think I'll be good, but I wouldn't say this is going to be good for much longer.
So definitely don't wear layers.
Don't wear layers.
Yeah, the weather feels closer to Atlanta where I'm from. You know, it's really warm. Definitely not what I expected. I thought it was going to be like mid-30s.
Yeah, no fun to ski on the slush. Now some are hitting the slopes in the middle of the work week just to get their last opportunity of the season.
What do we think, Kev? Is it going to
You know,
more
sadly,
snow?
it will come back.
Okay.
But it'll be too late because the coverage will have suffered so much, and they know that. But yeah,
I know.
it's a bummer, right? Well, the upside of it is it fills up lakes and reservoirs like this. That's Lake Kauai that you're looking at, and the level there has come up. Obviously, they're holding back some water. And it will go all the way up to the brim, just like it did last year. So all that green grass in the background starting to get a little bit brown, too. So that's unfortunate. So there's quite a temperature range here that we've been experiencing. Look at this, low 90s around 5 o'clock, and then sliding out of the 70s into the 60s around midnight tonight. In the morning hours, it's been nice and cool, very pleasant, but not as cold as it typically would be before we start spring, which begins officially tomorrow. High pressure in control, and the pattern obviously is blocking all the storms to our north. There is some active weather through the Pacific Northwest, just the fringe of Northern California right here on next Tuesday, the 24th. As we advance forward, there's a little bit of batch of clouds that kind of moves over right there. That little shortwave energy will push in some cooler air. But all throughout what we just showed you here, there's obviously no rain in the mix. But every single afternoon, the temperatures will still, even though they cool down by 10 or 15 degrees, be well above the historical average by about 5 to 7 degrees. So we're on a trend here for sure. But I do think it will flip in the other direction. April will be an interesting month for sure, maybe even May. Moderate air quality as we're holding on to that status, but just barely, because pointing out Fresno County and Tulare County, the air quality index, those numbers that you probably glance at once in a while, once that goes to 101, you'll see an orange banner there, and it'll be unhealthy for sensitive individuals. The coastal areas, those numbers from 70 to maybe close to 80 degrees for the weekend, just beautiful. The mountains experiencing the warmth as well. Still temperatures in some areas as warm as 90, 91 for tomorrow. And this is the reason for the snow melt happening. 70s and 80s at 5,000 feet or higher. And what else is key is the overnights. They're no longer freezing temperatures, so the melting snow doesn't get rigid again. It continues to run off. And here we see our morning lows tomorrow in the mid and upper 50s to 60 degrees on the west side of the valley. Just one more AccuWeather heat alert on Friday, and then milder past the weekend.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. A rapper known for a hit that charted high walks out of court with a legal win.
The decision went in favor of Afro Man, not several deputies caught on camera.
And March Madness. Chances are your basketball bracket may be crumbling after some intense endings at the NC2A.
Hi, I'm Jessica Harrington.
And I'm Jason Oliveira. Tomorrow on Action News AM Live, one of downtown Fresno's biggest parties of the year is back.
A behind-the-scenes look at what you can expect for this year's Fres Yes Fest, including the brand-new expansion into Chick Chansey Park.
Plus, we've got your full AccuWeather forecast, overnight breaking news, and everything you need to get ready first thing in the morning.
Only on Action News AM Live, beginning at 4:30 a.m.
ABC's David Muir, the most watched newscast in America.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know them. The system, buddy, the ones who always show. They'll have that little extra. Maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Right now, get over $8,000 total value on this 2026 Silverado 1500. Plus, Costco executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
Welcome to the table.
Welcome to the table.
Welcome to the table.
Welcome to the table.
After a full day of everything, a Lazy Boy recliner takes you from zero to lazy. Surrounding you with comfort made for you. Come try for yourself at a Lazy Boy store. Save up to 20% store-wide. Lazy Boy, long live the lazy.
Zoom
yeah.
We've got married couples playing all this week.
And there's more to look forward to.
Mystery 10K Vacations Catch. Is in there.
Tonight at 7:30
On ABC 30.
All across America. Wherever we are, it feels like home. It's an invitation to come together and brighten your mood.
Let's go. 911 is one of the most ambitious and compelling shows on television.
Thank you for saving her. Try to find yourself on the radio. All right, let's knock it down.
911 tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Welcome back. That is a live look over the South Valley from our Kauai Health Skycam in Visalia. Another warm day on our final day of winter, if you can believe that. Currently outside, it is 90 degrees.
Tense moment at the port of Long Beach when this cargo ship arrived in rough shape last night. It had lost some containers and others tilted while out at sea. The crew encountered rough conditions near Alaska. The ship lost dozens of cargo containers while others were pushed aside. It ultimately had to be towed into the port.
Rapper Afro Man walked out of an Ohio court with a First Amendment win. A jury found the rapper, best known for his 2000 hit Because I Got High, did not defame 7 sheriff's deputies. This dispute dates back to 2022 when deputies raided his home as part of a drug case. No charges were filed, but Afro Man, whose real name is Joseph Foreman, said the deputies damaged his home. He then made a music video using home surveillance footage of the raid. The deputies say Foreman's insults in the video caused them mental distress and led to harassment and death threats. They demanded millions in damages. Foreman's lawyer argued the deputies are public figures subject to public scrutiny, calling this a case of free speech.
Look at that suit. Does this look like a man who thinks that everybody's going to sin, that everything he's saying is fact? This is a reasonable person in the eyes of the community is going to say, it's a song. It's a joke.
The suit stands for the freedom of speech and the American dream.
Those videos remain online and have gained millions of views. A Nordic nation has been named the happiest country in the world for the 9th year in a row.
Finland has topped the rankings of the 2026 World Happiness Report. Data for the list is compiled by the Wellbeing Research Center at the University of Oxford. The report has Iceland in the number 2 spot with Denmark right behind it, meaning the top 3 nations are all Nordic. The U.S. ranks 23rd on the happiness list. The center said that they use a poll taken in 147 countries, which asked people to evaluate their lives from 0 to 10. Researchers also look at GDP per capita, life expectancy, generosity, along with perceptions of freedom and corruption. The Finns reported an average score of 7.7 for life satisfaction.
It's literally a happy place there, Finland. All right, health leaders are working to stay on top of tuberculosis.
How many cases have been seen in several Valley counties and how those diagnosed can get treated.
And we continue to follow the very latest on the abuse allegations against late labor leader Cesar Chavez, how the scandal is bringing the spotlight back to the United Farm Workers' complicated past.
The Prince, the Predator, and the Arrest, now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Family. Time together. Experiences shared. Honesty. Integrity. Family values. The little things that mean so much. J.C. Melton. 4 generations of Meltons. Just an honest, local family serving other local families since 1948. Your family's heating and cooling needs. Trust our family. J.C. Melton.
I got hurt in a car accident, and some pushy insurance guy wants me to sign some papers. I said, stop. And I called the Law Brothers.
After your car accident, stop. Think. Don't say anything and don't sign anything until you talk to us first.
I didn't sign anything from the insurance company. I told the Law Brothers. They got me $1.25 million.
We're the Law Brothers.
The Law Brothers are here for you. 800-222-2222.
Hey, Fresno County, big news. You can now cash in wine and spirit bottles, boxed wine, and even juice containers. California's updated CRV laws add a small deposit you earn back when you recycle. Bring your recyclables to the Fresno EOC Local Conservation Corps Buyback Center off North Bryant Road. The Corps is recruiting. Earn your high school diploma, get hands-on job training, and make a real impact. Learn more at FresnoEOC.org/LCC or call 559-264-1048.
The most challenging part of corporate consulting? Having the tough conversations.
Frank, the customer asked for a car wash, and you told them that the guys who wash the car aren't in today. Aren't you a guy that can wash a car? Hey, remember, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Safety first, Hector, but also customer first. It's two first, not one.
Because there's no I and you can count on us. But there is an us.
ABC 30 Action News starts now with a breaking news update.
We continue to track the very latest on the abuse allegations against late labor leader and civil rights activist Cesar Chavez. His legacy now under fire after a multi-year investigative report by the New York Times detailed disturbing accounts from two alleged victims when they were young girls. United Farm Workers co-founder Dolores Huerta, one of several women coming forward to say she too was sexually abused by Chavez. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us for Action News Live at 4:30. I'm Dale Uron.
And I'm Graciela Moreno. Chavez is among the original pioneers of the United Farm Workers of America. But the union's history also includes prominent Filipino activists who were an integral part of the pivotal 1960s Delano grape strike.
The scandal involving Chavez's legacy has now brought focus back to the organization's complicated past. Action News reporter Brisa Colon spoke with the son of the Filipino labor leader who walked alongside Chavez and shares his emotional, first-hand account of the storied labor movement.
I've been trying to expose Chavez's misdoings as far as with my father, trying to take the credit that my father started and organized. And, it's unfortunate that it has to happen this way. But I'm glad that it's finally happened.
In his own words tonight, Johnny Itliong speaking out on behalf of his late father. Larry Itliong, a prominent Filipino farm worker and labor leader, seen here alongside Cesar Chavez. Itliong says his father approached Chavez back in the 1960s and asked him to merge unions. This started the Delano grape strike.
Together, we've been trying to correct the history of the UFW and get the true stories out and the truth of it all.
Johnny's wounds run deep. He tells me his father's legacy was left in the shadow of Chavez. Now he's also hurting for the women who have come forward to say Chavez sexually assaulted them.
But my heart goes to all of you, all of the victims.
Chavez, a prominent Chicano figure. For some, he was even seen as saintly. Now that legacy dimmed by allegations. Over the last 10 to 15 years, many have shifted their focus away from Chavez himself and more toward the unseen heroes of the labor movement.
More and more authors have been trying to make the argument that we should reframe the way that we understand the movement, that we should take a step back and actually look at all the contributions that so many people made.
Wednesday, the UFW held a protest outside the federal courthouse in downtown Fresno. The national president, Teresa Romero, speaking with Action News directly about these allegations.
And I would ask everybody that do not try to justify anything that happened, not to condone it. It is wrong. Let's continue to work and focus on the important work that we're doing. It is not about one person. It is about all the farm workers in the country.
That report from Brisa Colon. Action News will continue to follow the fallout as we learn more about the allegations against the late Cesar Chavez. You can find full reports on the latest developments and archive footage at abc30.com.
And now here's a live look from our IQ Selma Skycam overlooking Highway 99. After breaking records on Wednesday, we are in for another hot day here in the Central Valley.
Chief Meteorologist Kevin Musso has the near record highs we're seeing again today, and and some relief may arrive from the heat. Hey, Kev.
Yeah, also the number for yesterday was at 92 during our evening newscast, but that's been revised upward to 93 now. So we'd have to hit 93 to tie today. Don't think we're going to go there, but we already beat the single-day record for this date. 87 was today's record. So here we go again. We're still looking at heat tomorrow, probably just as hot as it was the last 2 days. And we're in the territory where we could see the record books rewritten past the 93. For the weekend, though, here's some great news. It's going to be more comfortable and very enjoyable for the start of spring.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. With the ongoing stretch of this warm weather, many people are blasting the air conditioner to try to stay cool. However, for those out working in the heat, it's very important to try to stay hydrated. Cal OSHA issued an advisory reminding employers to protect workers from heat illness at both outdoor and indoor workplaces. That includes having cool water available for free, providing shade upon request, and allowing workers to have a cool-down rest period. Employers must also maintain a written prevention plan and train supervisors to recognize the common signs and symptoms of heat illness.
Meanwhile, Central California isn't the only part of the West Coast seeing summer-like temperatures ahead of spring. People in Southern California are sweltering in triple-digit temperatures amid a rare March heat wave. The heat is also having a potential impact on agriculture in some parts of the Golden State. But the very warm temperatures are extending into other states as well. In Arizona this week, Phoenix broke the record for its earliest triple-digit temperature day. Yesterday was also the beginning of a days-long extreme heat warning for areas around Las Vegas.
And we have breaking news. The Fresno City Council has just voted unanimously to remove street signs bearing the name of Cesar Chavez. 222 street signs were changed from Kings Canyon Road to Cesar Chavez Boulevard after the council approved the switch in 2023. Mayor Jerry Dyer confirmed the city still has the previous signs that could be put back up in the wake of sexual abuse allegations against the late labor leader. Later on Action News Live at 6, we'll bring you their very latest on the city's discussion and also the cost that could come with it. Now an Action News update. The search for a missing American college student in Spain has ended in tragedy. Spanish police say the body of 20-year-old James Gracie was found today on a stretch of beach in Barcelona. The University of Alabama student was visiting Spain for the first time with friends over spring break. Gracie was last seen in the early morning hours on Tuesday after heading to one of Barcelona's beachfront nightclubs on Monday night. Local police found his wallet floating in the sea Wednesday morning. Authorities believe his death was accidental, though an investigation remains ongoing. In a statement released earlier today, his family says they are so grateful for the concern that had been shown during this incredibly difficult time. And we're tracking the afternoon drive for you across the valley with the help of the California Highway Patrol.
Officer Isabel Diaz is here with a look at any issues that could impact your commute. Officer.
Graciela, good afternoon. Let's bring up that live traffic tracker and see what the afternoon commute is looking like. Starting things off in Coalinga, Interstate 5 northbound to State Route 198. The off-ramp is blocked due to a light pole in the roadway. If you're traveling in that direction, be sure to expect delays. Now taking a close look into Madera, State Route 99 northbound at Avenue 7. CHP's on scene with police activity. If you're traveling through the area, be sure to slow down and use caution. That's your traffic. I'm Officer Diaz with the California Highway Patrol, reminding you driving faster leads to disaster. Back to you.
Thousands of people get sick from tuberculosis each year in California, but health leaders in our area continue to track and monitor for cases. Action News reporter Anna Torreya looks into what the numbers have been looking like for some counties in our region.
In 2025, more than 2,100 people were infected with tuberculosis, according to state health data.
Very highly contagious. It can transfer from one person to another simply by talking, singing, coughing, sneezing.
Tuberculosis typically affects the lungs. There are two forms of the disease, active and inactive.
Latent is often referred to kind of like the bacteria are asleep in your body. And so you can't get sick from it. You can't spread it to others. Active TB, on the other hand, which is the second form, the bacteria are awake and they're making people sick.
Central California health leaders say they are constantly treating and testing for latent cases of TB. Numbers from the California Department of Public Health show in 2025, Fresno County saw 50 cases of tuberculosis, while Merced County saw 5. In 2024, Fresno reported 52 cases and Merced had 11. Dr. Ignacio Santana, the public health officer for Merced County, says they continue to watch for cases of TB, adding that most cases of the disease come from outside of the country.
80% of cases of the TB cases in the U.S. are due to people that are born in a high incidence country.
Leticia Berber with the Department of Public Health in Fresno County says so far there are 15 cases of TB, but health leaders tell Action News there is treatment for tuberculosis.
We have a latent TB. This individual can take medication all the way up to 3 months. Every day there's a pill to take. And this treatment can go up to 3 to 12 months, depending on the individual's health status.
However, active cases require more aggressive care. Health leaders say recognizing the symptoms, masking, and screening are the best ways to prevent the spread of TB. Anna Torrea, ABC 30 Action News.
Buying a house may now have you digging deeper into your pocket.
How much mortgage rates have jumped and some of the reasons behind the increase.
Hello, I'm Warren Armstrong. Coming up on Action News Live at 5. He may no longer be running for office, but now convicted sex offender Rene Campos is fighting to participate in person at Fresno City Council meetings. The proposed ban for Campos and other offenders that could possibly include criminal facial recognition technology. Plus, we're tracking yet another AccuWeather heat alert, but it's not just the temperatures you should be watching out for right now. The Valley rattlesnakes getting a jump start on spring. That's all coming up tonight on Action News Live at 5. See you then.
It's in the air.
We've got married couples playing all this week.
And there's more to look forward to.
Mystery 10K Vacations Cash is in the air.
Tonight at 7:30
on ABC 30.
Next Jeopardy, he's cruised past $100,000.
He's back today going for win number 5.
If it's spotted the TOC on the line, don't count on smooth sailing.
It's good competition.
Tonight at 7 on ABC 30.
A chicken restaurant shouldn't be this good at shrimp. But here we are, being this good at shrimp. New Baja Tostadas with lime crema. Let's get loco. El Pollo Loco.
On the front lines, you do the hard thing because it's the right thing.
Down at Walmart.
On the front lines, you don't run from the storm. You run towards it. And you always have your neighbor's backs. 16 million of them. PG&E on the front lines for us all.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew. The final days.
Final days, Sam. People need to know time is running out for Truck Month deals.
And America needs Ford F-Series.
With available profile. Final days of Truck Month.
And there's no time to waste.
Catch up.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus $1,000 Truck Month cash when you buy a Ford F-150, Super Duty, or Lightning at your California Ford dealer.
Get your friends, families, the whole gang together for our legendary family meal. With 12 pieces of marinated grilled chicken, 3 sides, tortillas, and salsa. Flavor this great serves an audience. Let's get loco. El Pollo Loco.
Central California's #1 news with Graciela Moreno, Gail Yaron, and Chief Meteorologist Kevin Musso. This is ABC 30 Action News, live at 4:30.
In Consumer Watch, more than 700,000 power steamers are being recalled due to an issue with the hose. The recall impacts the Wagner 900 series. The release from the Consumer Product Safety Commission says the attached hose on the steamer can overheat and the nozzle can leak hot water, posing a burn risk. So far, more than 50 burn injuries have been reported. The steamers were sold nationwide at stores like Target, Home Depot, and Walmart between 2018 until this month. You can contact Wagner for a free repair kit.
Ford is recalling more than 800,000 cars due to a camera issue. It impacts the 2021 to 2026 Broncos and Edge models from 2021 to 2024. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says the rear view cameras don't always show images as intended. The agency says a software update should fix the issue. If you think your vehicle is impacted, you can check for recall information by using your vehicle identification number on the NHTSA website. Potential home buyers are now feeling the spring squeeze as the cost of buying a home in America rises. Less than a month ago, rates had fallen below 6% for the first time in more than 3 years. This week, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate jumped to 6.22%, marking the highest level since December. The surge is largely due to inflation fears rippling through markets. The U.S.-Israeli war on Iran has also sent energy prices skyrocketing. Investors now fear higher oil prices could reignite inflation.
Now to a major shakeup in the global market for weight loss drugs. The maker of Ozempic and Wegovy is now losing patent protection in some of the world's most populous countries. Generic versions of the drug could begin rolling out this weekend in places like India, with more countries expected to follow. The shift could open access to a drug that has been out of reach for many due to high costs. Analysts say generic competition could drive down prices dramatically, potentially to a fraction of what patients pay in the U.S. However, in the U.S. and Europe, existing patent protections mean the drugs likely won't go generic for several more years.
Millions of fans have their eyes glued to the TV screen as March Madness tips off.
A look at some of the matches already completed and how many of those perfect brackets still remain.
Spring arrives tomorrow, but we keep the heat. That doesn't fade till over the weekend.
Today's sunrise and sunset times on ABC 30 Action News is sponsored by Table Mountain Casino Resort.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Take the road trip you've been dreaming of with an efficient new Honda. Turn heads with unmistakable style and sport-tuned suspension. All from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $209 per month lease on a 2026 Civic LX sedan. Hot Tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2026 inventory. Friday through Sunday. Madeira Fairgrounds. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2026 inventory. Deep discounts. All inventory 40 to 80% off. See the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Madeira Fairgrounds. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
When you need style, selection, and all-day comfort, stop by the SAS Shoe Store at Blackstone and Herndon. SAS shoes are for work and play, indoors and out. They fit any lifestyle, and you'll love the enhanced comfort, support, and stability in every step. SAS shoes come in slim to wide, and you'll receive a personalized fitting to ensure a perfect fit. Find style and comfort at the SAS Shoe Store at Blackstone and Herndon. Life's a journey. Wear comfortable shoes.
All right, time now for the forecast, and temperatures will be cooling off eventually, but first, more heat, right?
One more day. Spring's here tomorrow, and it's going to feel like summer, just like it has, right? Yeah, it's kind of a stubborn pattern. This is refreshing, right? Look at that, filled to the top, right around the perimeter of the Hume Lake area. This is a really nice camera if you're looking for a little break to take your eyes somewhere else. HumeLake.org is a great website. They've got a couple of perspectives that you can take in up there. The forecast temperatures over the next 15 hours will be similar to where we've been the past 15 hours. We're going to be around low 60s in the Fresno-Clovis area. Outlying areas of the valley will dip into the 50s, but typically we'd be still in the 40s this time of year. But that's hard to get when the afternoons are flirting with all-time record highs, which it's pretty intense right now in Southern California. Palm Springs got up to 107 today. I don't know if that's their official high just yet, but that's where they're living. And you can see why the deserts of California are under an extreme heat warning, while heat advisories are there for lesser amounts of heat and temperatures. Notice the absence of anything here in the valley and the Sierra, because our temperatures being in the low 90s don't meet the criteria that those triple-digit areas do for the advisory and warnings. Notice the change as we get into the weekend. Further dropping down here. I wish I could tell you that we have some precipitation going on with this, but it's just an onshore flow of cooler air coming in with a mix of clouds and sun. That's exactly what you see here as we go past the weekend and get in the middle of next week. It's this little band of clouds that kind of comes over the top, and right in there it pushes in some ocean-cooled air past the gaps and passes of our coastal mountains and into the delta. This would be great, too, if it could get to us, but in front of it, right here, is a blocking ridge of high pressure again, right at the end of the month. Okay, there's the number right now for Palm Springs, 106. That's the warmest condition they've had in Phoenix, and the earliest 104 they've ever had in their history, too. So that kind of puts it in perspective. Even the desert extremes are being exceeded by this unusual, strong, tall ridge of high pressure that's sitting over the top of us right now. Visalia, you are at 90 right now with a northwest wind at 6 miles per hour. The air quality forecast is barely holding on to moderate status. That might change as we go through the end of the week, perhaps for Friday into Saturday. Warm at the beach for the weekend, continuing to be very warm in the foothill areas. Mid-80s to low 90s again for tomorrow in our extended forecast. We do trade those 90s into 80s and eventually 70s, but that's in the middle of next week.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. The big event in college hoop is underway with several games already wrapped up. Millions of brackets already busted. ESPN's webpage showed more than 26 million brackets were submitted on its website before the games kicked off. Now, only about 538,000 remain perfect. The first set of games saw TCU beat Ohio State, while Nebraska and Louisville dominated their opponents to move on to the second round. High Point pulled off the first upset of the NC2As, taking down the number 5 seed Wisconsin 83-82. Later in the day, a close battle between number 1 seed Duke and the 16 seed Siena. Siena led going into the second half. Duke, though, able to rally and pull out the win to move on to the second round. Over the next few weeks, the tournament will shrink to the Sweet 16, Elite 8, and Final 4 before a champion is crowned April 6th. A brand new show is putting a spin on your traditional home improvement program.
How teams of interior designers are using thrifting to create gorgeous rooms.
It's time to save with Tough Shed. Our local design teams are ready to help you get set with a new shed, studio, or garage to take your backyard to the next level. And with our limited time free upgrades deal, you can design your new building with all your favorite upgrades and options while saving big. We make it easy to get your new Tough Shed building with custom designs, delivery, and on-site installation. But hurry, as this deal ends soon. Click, call, or visit today.
Hey, Central Valley! Car prices and low trade offers don't stand a chance during the spring trading sales event going on now at the massive Selma Auto.
Get huge savings on over 1,100 new and quality pre-owned vehicles.
New models are available with 0 APR for 60 months.
And most new vehicles come with a 20-year, 200,000-mile limited warranty.
Still paying on your current car and want out early?
Your friends at the Selma Auto need her trade today, so we want to overpay.
We've got it all at the massive Selma Auto Mall.
How far can an EV go on a full charge? Let's put it this way. You'll have to stop long before it does. With plenty of miles for road trips, the way forward is electric. Explore EVs with the range you need at electricforall.org.
If you're hurt in a car, motorcycle, or trucking accident, who you choose to represent you matters. At Sweet James, our trial attorneys bring decades of courtroom experience and a deep commitment to fighting for the injured. We understand how much an accident can change your life, and we're here to help you recover and move forward. When your life has been impacted by an injury, call Sweet James.
We are used to spending our mornings with Laura Spencer on GMA. Well, now you can see her in the evenings. She's bringing her love of thrifting back to TV in a new series, That Thrifting Show. Entertainment reporter Joelle Gargiulo caught up with the GMA anchor to hear all about it.
I don't care where you get these pieces.
Are you actually in the dumpster? I love this. We've got these two real interior design teams. We give them this ridiculous budget of just $2,000 and say, make a beautiful room. You can only use thrifted pieces. This show is a total homage to my mom and our shared passion and pastime, and it's what I grew up doing with her because we didn't have money for a babysitter or for nice furniture. It's how she did it. So it just became a huge part of my life, and I just think there's a lot to learn.
Can I ask, what is it like to drive around in a car with you? If I were to ask your husband that question, what would he say?
He would hear the theme song of Sanford and Son. And if you open the garage door, he would say, holy, because every day there's a new treasure. The first of the 12-episode series premieres tonight on Freeform, with episodes of That Thrifting Show dropping the next day on Hulu.
A photorealistic likeness of late actor Val Kilmer will appear in an upcoming film. The Top Gun and Batman Forever actor died last year from throat cancer. The New York Times says before Kilmer passed away, he planned to play a role in the film As Deep as the Grave. Times added the filmmakers collaborated with Kilmer's family to create an AI likeness. They used previously recorded videos, images, and audio to create it. The movie is expected to be released later this year.
It is a perfect weekend to go out and celebrate Fresno or go out for a run in the sun.
We'll take a look at all the fun going down for your weekend.
I'm the lunch lady. I cook for over 200 kids every single day. You would be amazed by how many kids come to school hungry. Finally, someone got hooked off and did something about it, and that was Palm Center. Free school meals for every California kid. Your baby, my baby. Free lunches, free breakfast every day. That's 3 million lunches a day. I get to make 200 of. That's why I trust Palm Center to be our governor, because he fights for us. Don't just tell me what you're going to do. Show me. Palm did. That's going to be my governor.
After a full day of, well, everything, a Lazy Boy recliner takes you from zero to lazy the second you become one with the cushions. Instantly, you're surrounded by more comfort than you knew possible. And the fit feels made for you. And you, too. Get the comfort you deserve and try for yourself at a Lazy Boy store. It's the Lazy Boy VIP Savings Event. Save up to 20% store-wide. Lazy Boy, long live the lazy.
The most challenging part of corporate consulting? Having the tough conversations.
Frank, the customer asked for a car wash, and you told them that the guys who wash the car aren't in today. Aren't you a guy that can wash a car? Hey, remember, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Safety first, Hector, but also customer first. 2 first, not 1.
Because there's no I and you can count on us. But there is an us.
Say hello to the EECU Advantage Home Loan. With up to 90% financing, which means home buyers have an easier path to becoming a homeowner. Learn more about the EECU Advantage Home Loan at myeecu.org.
You can celebrate all things Fresno or check out some unique finds with a local antique show. Action News anchor Jason Oliveira takes a look at what's available for your weekend.
The Fig Garden Women's Club Vintage and Antique Show runs Friday through Sunday at the Fig Garden Women's Club. Check out a number of the unique pieces, while free decorating classes will be offered, as well as food and drinks. Also happening this weekend is the 6th annual Central Valley Gem and Minerals Show. This 3-day event begins Friday at the Clovis Rodeo. Then Saturday morning, head to the South Valley and shop local makers and small businesses while enjoying downtown Visalia and springtime vibes throughout downtown for this spring market. Come out and celebrate the newly improved trail system at Lionstown and Country Park with a fun run or walk event, and enjoy the fresh upgrades and get your steps in along the new trail. There will be an opening ceremony, refreshments, and raffle prizes for this Madera event that begins at 9:30 Saturday morning.
Frizz Yes Fest takes over downtown Fresno this weekend. The big block party will be on Fulton Street between Mono and Tulare, right next to Cherchansey Park. It's this Saturday, happening from 1 until 11. Thousands will be out celebrating all things Fresno and enjoying food from more than 50 trucks. The event is free, and if you plan to drink, please have a designated driver or use a ride-sharing service. Break the waters for Special Olympics in Northern California. Join the Fresno County Polar Plunge for a plunge in Millerton Lake for a great cause. This fundraiser begins Saturday morning at 10 for the 2026 Polar Plunge. A return to the 80s by Sunday. For your weekend, Jason Oliveira, ABC 30 Action News. Now on Action News Live at 5, Legacy Lost. The co-founder of the United Farm Workers, Dolores Huerta, speaks to ABC News about the sex abuse allegations against the late Cesar Chavez, the actions she calls evil, and her message to a devastated community.
Also, face-to-face, the debate over sex offenders running for political office in Fresno may bring a new kind of high-tech security to City Hall.
And these temperatures are a new record for this date, but cooling comes over the weekend.
Then driving to success. The new school in a Fresno County city putting
ABC 30 Action News starts now with a breaking news update.
Renaming a legacy. More than 24 hours after bombshell reporting by the New York Times, the state of California is looking to erase the name of Cesar Chavez from streets, monuments, and even a state holiday. We continue to follow breaking news updates involving sexual abuse allegations against the late farm labor leader. Earlier today, state lawmakers announced plans to rename the annual March 31st Cesar Chavez Day to Farm Workers Day.
In light of the new allegations, Fresno City leaders voted unanimously just moments ago to move forward with a proposal to change Cesar Chavez Boulevard back to its original street names. The 2023 renaming of the more than 10-mile stretch of road through the heart of the city was a controversial topic and cost the city almost $150,000 to replace the signs. Well, that stretch of road will return to its original names, including California, Ventura, and Kings Canyon. Thank you for joining us for Action News Live at 5. I'm Graciela Moreno.
And good evening, I'm Warren Armstrong. A New York Times investigation found extensive evidence that late Cesar Chavez sexually abused women and children for years. ABC News talked today with Dolores Huerta, who co-founded the Farm Workers Labor Union with Chavez.
She says that she was one of his victims. ABC's Jacqueline Lee joins with details of an ABC interview with
founding the United Farm Workers Union. Today, Huerta says she was one of Chavez's victims. An explosive New York Times investigation accusing Chavez of sexually abusing women and children for years.
You ever been through anything like this?
Now, 95 years old, she sat down exclusively with ABC's John Quinones.
It's devastating.
Huerta alleges Chavez pressured her to have sex with him and her people.
What do you tell people? What is your message to the community who believe in him?